Okay, hi everybody. Thanks so much for getting on the call tonight. I really appreciate your time. My name is Noreen McDonald and I'm really excited to be hosting tonight's choice, well, I call it a choice lifestyle event, but there's all sorts of names for what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself and my history and how I got into what it is that we're going to talk about tonight. And I'm basically a mum. I've got a 6-year-old boy. My history has been in the health industry for 20 years, and I have had a failed small business about 20 years ago, which was really hard for me. And I just wanted to help people with their health. And financially, I just wasn't getting ahead, which was quite depressing. I've also gone and worked overseas on the super yachts where my husband and I were earning really good money, but we had absolutely no time to spend with each other or doing the things we loved. We've also we live in New Zealand, and we had a lifestyle property, which we still have in the Marlborough Sounds, where we thought, oh yay, finally we're going to have all this time and freedom, which we did, but we had no money to support our lifestyle. And a couple of years ago, I came across an opportunity, which is what we're going to talk about tonight, and it just made sense to me at the time because it's the only thing I've ever had presented to me where I could help people every single day with their health and their life. But it also allowed me, I could see the vision of where I could go with this business, in that I could finally have all of those things that we'd been chasing for the last 20 years, which is time. That's the most important thing, to create freedom in our lives and to have money. So my husband's been working on the oil rigs for the last 14, 15 years on and off, and being a FIFO mum, fly in, fly out, can be really, really hard, and you only do it for the money. So really for us, this opportunity has enabled us this year to really try on for ourselves this vision of him finishing that work and for our family to actually be together. So we're hugely passionate in sharing this with as many people as we can. So you could be listening to this call now, you could be listening to the recording, you might be a FIFO family, or you could be a mum who's really wanting to create some magic moments with your kids, which means not having to send them to daycare, but being able to do mum care with them, which is hugely important. You might be just wanting to have some extra funds in your life to go travelling or to do the things that you love. Or you might be really an entrepreneurial mind that just thinks, actually, there's more to life than working in the 9-to-5 grind. You could be searching for something new. So if you're any of those things or more, we welcome you onto the recording or the call, and we just want to ask you to keep a beautiful open mind and to listen to all of the speakers tonight with an open heart. So that's pretty much me. Before we move on, I just want you to think for a moment about your life. So you've heard about mine. I want you to think about yours. Where are you at currently in life? And what does your life look like? And are you happy with the things that you're doing? Are you happy with the work you're doing? Is the money that you and your husband or partner, or you might be single, are bringing in, is that enough to do the things that you love? And actually, what are the things that you love to do in life? And for some of you, you might be thinking, I don't even know. I've forgotten because I'm stuck in this 9-to-5 grind. And that's what we're going to inspire you to do tonight, is to think outside of that square. So I just want you to hold in your thoughts tonight. What would you like your life to look like? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? And who do you want to be doing it with? Okay? So to start us off tonight, we need to talk about our programs and our products. So tonight we're really going to be focusing on the products because that's the core of what we do. And I'm going to pass it over to the beautiful Stacey, who's going to have a chat to all of you about our products. I'll just unmute you, Stacey.
I've unmuted myself.
Good.
Hello. Hi. Just a little bit about myself. I am a mum as well. So I've got Finn is my 10-year-old. I've got 2 boys, and I've got Jade, who is 1. So quite a nice gap there. How Juice Plus came into my life, Jade was 3 months old at the time. So I was still finding my feet and getting into the rhythm of having a newborn. And it was really hard. It was really difficult. He was getting up 3 times during the night. So I was just really tired, really tired, sleep deprived. And because of that, I was moody, cranky, and yeah, I just felt horrible, and I just didn't really feel like I was coping and getting through just keeping up with the normal day-to-day things. So also I was aware of trying to have enough energy for my 10-year-old. So he had been the only boy, or my only baby, until my other little baby came along. And so I really still wanted to have that time for him. He had after school activities, and just, make him feel like, it wasn't all about the baby. But trying to do all that, it just about destroyed me. And so I was in a bit of a bad place, really. And that's when I was invited along to a presentation, and it was a Juice Plus presentation. And I went without any expectation, really. I didn't really know what it was about, and I thought I'll just go and have a look. And when I sat there and I listened to the presentation, straight away, it just completely made sense to me. The product made sense, and I started to feel excited, and I thought, wow, maybe this stuff can help me. And what really made my ears prick up, what I really noticed, was that people were saying that they were feeling more energized after taking the product. The other thing that I really liked about it was that it was 100% natural, and you could take it while you're breastfeeding. So so I decided I'm going to try this. And I thought, I don't have anything to lose, and anything was better than feeling how I was. Anyway, what I found 2 weeks after taking Juice Plus, I remember waking up one morning, and it was before my children, both my baby and my boy, had woken up, and I was wide awake and I felt rested. I'd been up 3 times during that night with my baby, and I thought, okay, feels good. This feels pretty good. And my day continued like that. Like I felt good. I had energy. And I remember getting to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's normally when, I'm about ready for a nana nap. And I didn't need that. Like I just had energy to burn, and the days that continued the same. I had that energy, and now 10 months later, that's how long I've been taking the product for now, and nothing's changed. So I'm so glad that I said yes to the product. I'm so glad I went to that presentation, because it really has changed my life. I feel amazing. I feel really good. So that's my story. So what I'm going to quickly talk about now are our products, what Juice Plus is. So I'll just show you. So I hold it up to my camera here. Whoops, something out of my hand. So you can see those there. So we've got berry capsules, the fruit capsules, and the veggie capsules. So they look like this, and they are the colour of their bottle. And they're really simple product. They are exactly what they say they are. They are just fruit, vegetables, and berries, and that's it. So everybody knows the importance of or why fruit, vegetables, and berries are important for our diet. And what they do is that they take care of our micronutrition. So that's the vitamins and minerals that are needed for our body to function. So it helps with our immunity. It fights off illness, sickness. It helps with growth, it helps with the metabolism, all the good stuff. And that's what these are. So in these capsules, you've got a variety of 30 different fruits, vegetables and berries. They come from specialty farms. Did you hear that? Specialty farms. I felt like I mumbled that word. They're not sprayed, so there's no herbicides or pesticides. They're picked at their prime, so when they're vine ripened, and the water is extracted, the water and the sugar. So there's basically no calories, and all you're getting is just concentrated fruit, vegetable, and berry goodness. And that's as simple as that is. So I don't know if anyone's ever taken a multivitamin, but if you have, you know what happens to your wee, and it turns a nice bright yellow, and that's because your body's not absorbing it. It's going straight through your system, and which does not happen with Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is 100% bioavailable, and that means that our body is absorbing all of it. So it goes into our system and it's not weed out at all. Okay, the next thing that we've got are our tubes. So that come in a bit bright. These packages here, can you hear me? And they look like that. So they look like a little lolly. And the really cool thing is that this is a company with heart, and I feel very proud to be a part of this company. They really care about people's health, and also improving the health of the next generation. So, and for me as a mum, that's really important. So what they've done is that they've created a children's version of the capsules. But they're not just for children. My mum can't swallow pills, or she doesn't like to, so she has these and she absolutely loves them. And also they're just an awesome way of getting 17 different fruits and vegetables into our kids, or any kid aged between 4 to 18 years, and that is for free. So they get them for free, not just for 1 month or even for 6 months. They get them for free for 4 years. And I just think that is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's awesome. And also I'm the mum of a fussy eater. So, yep, that is, when you're cooking 2 meals at night, it gets a little bit tiring. I call him the chicken nugget man. So, yeah, it's just reassuring again to know that he's getting that variety of fruits and vegetables, and he doesn't know it because he thinks it's a lolly. So, and they taste great, you know. Okay, what have we got next? So we've got our shakes. That's them. So that is, yeah, these are our health food shakes, and they are all plant-based as well. And what they do is they take care of our macronutrition. So that's our carbs, our proteins, and our good fats, which are all very important in our diet as well. Most people eat 2 to 3 meals a day. I used to be really bad for that, and that was just because of time. I didn't have enough time, and I'd also start the day with a coffee, and that would last me until about 10:30, which is a bad way to start the day. But what we should be having is 5 to 6 meals a day. We really should be eating more to fuel our body and to keep us going. So, and what the shakes do is that they bridge that gap as well. They're super convenient. You can have them for breakfast. You can have them for pre or post workout, an afternoon snack. And it's much better to have one of those rather than reaching for a chocolate bar or an energy drink or a coffee in the afternoon. So you have one of those, and yeah, that'll help overcome all those sweet cravings. The other thing is that they are absolutely yum. So they're my total favourites. I love them. In fact, my kids love them as well. And I've had to buy them extra large straws because we make them quite thick, so it's like ice cream. And yeah, no, it's a treat in our household. So anyway, you can imagine what happens to your body when you're putting in the 30 plus fruits, vegetables and berries. into your system, getting that whole rainbow of color. And then you add another 25 plant-based ingredients on top of that every day. So yeah, you feel pretty darn amazing. Yeah, brilliant product. So yeah, that's our product line. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand you over to Maggie. And Maggie, if you could tell us what attracted you to Juice Plus and what you've noticed since taking it.
Hi. Okay, so I have only been taking these amazing products since November. Noreen had introduced me to the idea of these products, but we couldn't get them yet here in Abu Dhabi. I live in the Middle East. It is hot most of the year. It's even hotter the rest of the year. There's lots of sand. Our diets, we can try and eat well, but our fruit and vegetable, it is almost all imported besides parsley and cucumbers. It's staying in cold store for a really long time. And this immediately, I was attracted to the idea that I know I should be having 10 serves of fruit and veg a day. I know I'm not getting anywhere close. And the quality of what I am having is pretty rubbish. So I was fortunate enough for someone to bring me some when we had the pre-launch here in Dubai. And I noticed within 2 weeks that my skin felt more luscious, I suppose. Once you've lived here a certain amount of times, the things we notice here is we get horribly dry skin from the sand and the dry weather. And also because of all the salinated water, our hair falls out. So it's constantly on any woman's site, you will see them going, how do we get our hair to stay on our heads? This has been amazing. Within 2 weeks, I could feel my skin felt better. But the other thing is I have new hair growth on my head. So I know that I'm losing some of the hair, but fortunately some of it's growing back in too, which is fantastic. Another thing I really liked, as you said, energy levels. I have 2 kids. I'm up early. My daughter doesn't sleep well. And one of the kind of initial things I've noticed is I just have really much more energy than I ever had. I've always suffered from low iron, where sometimes 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I would get really kind of shaky and feel kind of like I could pass out and it's an iron deficiency thing. That I haven't had since I started taking this product. And also here we suffer from having lots of funny tummy with our food being imported, and, you know, we're getting stuff from Pakistan, Afghanistan, India. We don't know the conditions that's grown under. We don't know what water they're using. And quite often you eat something and your stomach is always in kind of a sense of turmoil. That has completely gone. I am not finding I have funny tummy at all, which is so cool. So that's been with the capsules. I've also noticed since I started with the Complete that I am now have boosted my metabolism in the morning. I'm having that instead of having my almost complete coffee diet that I was surviving on before. And I love it, but more the point, my kids have started having the vanilla shake. They like the vanilla. They're totally set on it. And every morning they're like, can I have a shake? And my daughter finally said to me, I was like, look, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Can't you just have a bowl of cereal? And she said, yeah, but Mom, here's the thing. I have my bowl of cereal and then I go to school and I'm hungry. She was like, she goes, when you give me one of my shakes, I'm not hungry until we have like fruit snack. I don't feel starving. And she's like, I started to think about it and I was going, you know, that's because her cereal, the second ingredient, even though I tried not for it to be sugar, it is, you know, it's really high glycemic index. It's going to make her where she's going to have a total crash. And so all of a sudden they're having these shakes for breakfast and they're both like, we feel not hungry and good. And I thought, oh, well, I can't keep them from having a shake if it makes them feel good. So that's kind of where I want to say. And I want to say thank you, Stacey. Also, that resonated with me, what you said. You know, I remember being back there having a baby and, you know, not sleeping and it was torturous at times, you know. So anyway, that's me. I think they're amazing. I love that we get to share this with other people. I can't wait to be able to share the children choose here. We're not quite there yet, but hopefully soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Maggie. That was fantastic. And Stacey, thank you so much for explaining the product so well to all of us. So I'm going to hand it over to the beautiful Ruth, who's going to take us through the next part of our presentation.
Thank you very much, Noreen. So I'm going to just explain just briefly at the start why I got involved in this business opportunity that's behind Juice Plus. I'm going to share just a little bit at the end of what my journey has been over the last 2 years, but I guess what attracted me to doing this is the products made complete sense to me straight away. Having background in the fitness industry, you know, I knew the importance of a plant-based diet and a diet high in plants. So I loved the fact that the product was completely natural and nothing nasty in it. I had no idea there was anything like this out there on the market. So it made complete sense to me straight away. I wanted to get myself on it and just started sharing it with my family and my friends. But what I was also worried that I had, being a self-employed personal trainer, was that, you know, what happens when I decide to have a family? So I loved the fact that this business provided a vehicle to be able to create a plan B on the side in part-time hours, and just to build up in whatever hours that we have, and to work it in with life. So that's kind of why I got involved in the business. And like I said, I'll share a little bit about my story and what this business has afforded me over the last 2 years, just a little bit later on. But what I want to start with is, you know, I guess it's a general thought, you know, when people hear about something like this, they say, oh, is it one of those things, you know? And I just want to say from the start that no, it's not. You know, it couldn't be further from the truth. You know, the way our parents used to do business, the way our parents used to do life, is that, you know, you work for 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then you retire on 40% of your income, and that's if you're lucky. So what I want to show to you guys, or explain to you guys, is if we look at what traditional business is these days, and it pretty much looks like this. Okay, where, you know, any company that you worked for has this structure where you have one person at the top, and quite often that's a CEO, you know, and then you might have a board of directors, and then you might have some state managers, you might have some regional managers, you might have some store managers, and then at the bottom, you know, you've got all the workers, all the people that have been paying minimum wage. It's a very effective business model for, you know, owners of a company or the people at the top, but it's a very unsatisfying business model for all these people down here. All right, so what we do, also this model is very, you know, it can be very cutthroat, it's very political, you know, there's not a lot of reward, you're not encouraged to, you know, if you are trying to work your way up further up the ladder, it's you're not encouraged and empowered to step up and grow. So what we like to do with our business is we look at it more as a solid structure, all right, more of a square, where everybody starts off down here at the bottom, and that is regardless of, you know, what your background, what your skills, your qualifications, your age, your gender. Everybody starts down here, and everybody has equal opportunity to reach our pinnacle position with the company called National Marketing Director. Okay, so that's the awesome thing with our company, and what I love about it is everybody's encouraged to try and get to that position. Everybody's provided with the training and the opportunities to better themselves, the personal development. We're a community where we look to raise each other up, not cut each other down. So it's a really refreshing thing to be part of. And the cool thing about this, you know, is that you have the opportunity to have your own business at such a low cost. You know, you're only looking at $172.50 New Zealand dollars to start your own business, or 160, is that right, Noreen, Australian? I think it's around 165 maybe. Yeah. 165 Australian, yeah, if you're in Australia. All right, so really low cost, low risk. What I love about this business too is that you there's no, you know, you don't have to buy stock and risk not being able to on-sell it. All we do is we connect our customers with the company ship the products straight to your straight to your customer, and the company will bill your customer's credit card. They'll even do any debt recovery if, you know, your customer payments decline. So it's I love the way that it's low risk. You might also be wondering too, don't I have to know a lot of people to do this kind of business? Well, the good thing is that you don't. And I want to just explain to you how that works, all right? And I'll just give you the example of myself here. All right, and me just being passionate about, this product that I love, sharing the products with people. I shared it with one of my customers, Sandy. All right, Sandy is a now very dear friend of mine that I didn't know before I did this business. And Sandy is a cancer survivor twice. The product made complete sense to her in the fact that, she needed to be flooding her body with whole foods. She was just a raving fan of what it was doing for her health and the results that she'd seen through her son. Sandy started sharing it with people. Another lady she shared it with was Anna Marie, who was a Crohn's disease sufferer. Anna Marie absolutely loved the product. She started sharing it with Erica, who was personal trainer. She had a background in ill health, loved the products, loved the results, start sharing it with people. And then, I also shared it with Lisa, who's on the call tonight. And Lisa, again, Lisa was a customer of mine, actually. And Lisa absolutely loved it, started sharing the business opportunity. Lisa had a couple of friends in Australia, Jess and Tony, and they start sharing it with people, and then I shared it with my mum. All right, Ruth's mum was someone I shared it with, and she starts sharing it with people. Another person I shared it with was Bev. So you get the idea here, guys, how it grows, all right? It's not who I know personally, but it's who, I share it with and who they know. And it just ends up being this popcorn effect and this beautiful network, with a strong network of people who are passionate about improving people's health and passionate about improving people's lifestyle through this business opportunity that we have. So we call this the popcorn effect, because it just kind of keeps popping away. It keeps popping away. If we take 4 weeks holiday and go sit on the beach, we've got all those awesome people in our team who are still sharing with people, and helping people with their health. So it's an awesome way, and to me it's the smartest way of doing business. It really, really is. It provides that residual income, which is so powerful. So I will now hand over to Lisa, the lovely Lisa, who is going to explain to us how it is that we get paid in this business.
Thank you, Ruth. Okay, so I don't have a flash whiteboard because I was asked 2 days ago to do this. So I've got a desk pad folded in half and a Vivid. So how we get paid? We get paid 3 different ways. Okay, so the first way is retail profit. So this is what we get from our customer orders. And then we get commission, which is what they call beach money or your residual income. And then there's bonuses. And bonuses are basically teaching bonuses. So I'm just going to talk about the bonuses for now. I'm hoping I'm not going to run out of paper here. Can everyone see that? Cool. Okay, so our first, you get promotions through this business, and the first level you get to is what we call SDVF. And when you reach that, you get a $400 bonus. Yay! And then, because say I taught someone to get to SDVF, that means I would also get the $400 bonus because I showed them how to do it. So that's pretty cool. Then our next level is SC, Sales Coordinator. And when you reach that level, you get a wonderful bonus of $600. And the person who showed them also gets $600 because the company's that awesome. They will pay you to teach and lift other people up and help your team. The next level is SSC, Senior Sales Coordinator. And these bonuses just get better and better. So this is a $1,200 bonus. And of course, the person that helped them get there also gets the the $1,200 bonus. And our next level is QNMD. And for getting there, you get a $1,500 bonus. And of course, the person that helped you get there also gets $1,500. Now, how awesome is that? I'm just going to hand you back over to Ruth, who is our QNMD, or is my QNMD in New Zealand. She lives in Queenstown, and she's been with Juice Plus for just over 2 years.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you very much. Like I said before, guys, I shared, why the business appealed to me, and I just want to share with you what this journey has been for me over the last 2 years. And this is something that completely lights me up and excites me so much, because when my husband and I decided to start a family last year, we went through a real year of heartbreak, and I had 3 miscarriages in a 7-month period, and it was a real prospect that we might not be able to have children. So with this, I'm currently 23 weeks pregnant, and with this beautiful healthy bubba growing inside of me. And my doctor last year said to me with this pregnancy, because I'd had 3 miscarriages already, said to me that you've got to really eliminate the stress, reduce the stress in your life. I was a busy person. I had my PT business, my boot camp business, and my Juice Plus business, and I was racing around. I didn't think I was so stressed, but I was busy, really busy. And so the fact that I was doing this business and had built it up in part-time hours gave me the ability to say, yep, I'm giving all the rest of it up, and I'm focusing on nurturing this baby. I gave up all my PT work. I gave up my boot camps and got other trainers to do it. And I was just able to do this Juice Plus business from home around my pregnancy, not have to worry about the alarm going off at ridiculous o'clock, and just really concentrate on nurturing this growing bubba inside of me. And it's been a really healthy, successful pregnancy, and I just love the fact that I have been able to nurture this baby. And I love, my baby is due in July, and I just love the fact that now I have choices. I have all that control back in my hands, and choices around how I want to be a mum. I want to be a full-time mum. I don't want to have to go back to work as a personal trainer to have to make an income. I don't want to be one of those families that struggles on one income. I still want to be able to do the things I love, and travel is such a huge value of mine. And I want to be able to still do that with my family and provide my children the opportunities and amazing experiences, being able to do that. So I love the fact that what it's provided me so far. I'm really, really excited about the opportunities that I have in the future now. And I'm hugely passionate about being able to share this opportunity with other women now, and give other women those choices of being able to do mum care and not daycare. So yeah, it's something I'm hugely passionate about, and just so grateful that this opportunity and this business and this product, this amazing product, found me. Really, I consider it found me. So yeah, that's my story.
Thank you, Ruth. That's awesome. I love hearing your story. Thanks for sharing. Cool. I put the lid back on and I can't do this one-handed. Right. So I've just extended my flash thing just so I can fit the last, as Ruth actually mentioned earlier, the pinnacle position in our company is called NMD, National Marketing Director. And for reaching that, you get a $3,000 bonus, which is pretty awesome. And we actually have an NMD with us. Mel from Australia has joined us tonight, which is pretty exciting. So I'll just hand you over to Mel.
Hello, thank you. My internet decided to drop out right at that moment. So I'm on my phone, the things we do with technology, hey? So thank you so much for having me on your call. And for anyone that hasn't met me or seen me around the joint, my name's Mel Brandt, and I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus company. And I've been with Juice Plus now this is month 21 for me. And before Juice Plus came into my life, I returned to full-time work after baby number 2. And, you know, this was a decision that I made because I really wanted to contribute to the household. I wanted to be able to have my own kitty of money. You know, I wanted to be able to feel as though I was putting in as well financially. So I returned back to full-time work. Probably not one of the best ideas that I had, because what then happened was I missed my baby's first words. I missed her first steps, and I paid someone to raise my child so that I could be at work, you know, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. And, you know, I got to the point where I didn't want this anymore. And I thought to myself, God, there's got to be a better way. There just has to be a better way. Jess had reached out to me, Jess Fuller, and she had said to me, Mel, you have to have a look at this business that I'm doing. I was that really cool friend that didn't even open the link. And I kept doing what I was doing for probably another good 4 months after that, until I saw her designing her days, getting to spend time with her children, traveling, girls' nights out. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what does this chick even do? So, you know what, I went and watched the link because I figured it had something to do with it. And I jumped on board straight away. I was lucky to get a half-eaten piece of toast as I ran out the door. Loads of mummies on the call by the looks of it, so you all totally understand that. So fruits, veg and berries in a capsule, perfect. Give it to me. I need it in my life. As for the business, I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely none. I just trusted Jess when she said to me, Mel, I will show you everything you need to know. And I thought, geez, I hope you do, because I've got no idea. And she did. She guided me really, really well, and, you know, supported me along with loads of other people that I hadn't even met yet that were cheering me on and, you know, showing me the way. So I hit SDVF in the first month, and I quit my job. I was really lucky that my partner was super supportive, and, you know, he just said, look, pour everything you can into this. I could see the bigger picture, and I could see that something like this would work if I just had the time to put in. So that's what we did. My big, hairy, scary goal was to retire him from the mines. He worked away 4 weeks on, 5 days off. So by the time my 2-year-old was 2, she'd seen her dad 11 weeks of her life. She didn't really even know who he was, I guess, because he just wasn't around enough, but he was doing everything that he could, you know, to give us an amazing life. So that was, you know, a big why for me. It was the push on the bad days. It was the reason I had to make this work. And, you know, the business progressed. I knew loads of people that needed a health upgrade, and most of those people were the people that I loved and cared about closest to me. And I knew a couple of girlfriends where, you know, an extra $100, $200 a month would be an absolute game changer for them. And that's really where my business got started. It boomed out of control. I just had no idea that it was ever going to be this massive. I had no idea that there was that many people out there that were looking for something else. So we reached SC in 3 months and SSC in month 8. And what that allowed me to do was make that phone call to my partner and say, you know what, you can come home and work now. You know, most women want to send their partner away to work, but, you know, we wanted to get him home for a little while. So it was amazing to be able to have him home all the time, an extra pair of hands around the joint. And he totally owed me 4 years of cleaning the floors by this stage, right? I had his back all that time. So, you know, literally, it was month 12 that we took out QNMD, and he had been working back home by this stage for a few months, and he lost his job here in Brisbane due to just being another number in a traditional construction business. So for the first time in my life, I was able to say to him, who cares? I think we went out and got a penthouse that weekend and celebrated that he had lost his job because it allowed us to have a weekend together. And, you know, it was a really empowering feeling to be able to take control of the household financially. It was a really nice feeling. So that was month 12. Between month 12 and month 20, my life changed dramatically. I'm now a single mum who raises 2 young, small girls. I never let, and I still get very emotional about this, because not because of where I am, but because of what I was able to make possible with these amazing women around me. So through the hardest time of my life, it was really hard to have a bad day because I've got all these women calling me, are you okay? You're not on Facebook? Is everything all right? I'd never had that. I'd never, ever had a group of women that actually cared about what I was going through and how I was feeling and how could they help. So for me, nothing got in the way of this massive dream that I had to show up in a way that I could have never done alone, to be that person that inspires people to want more out of life and to be better. And, you know, to show my girls that dreams come true, right? You've just got to work at it. So now my daughter, I'm really, really proud. She's 6 and she's just launched her first little business called Save the Turtles. And she's had little calico tote bags made for your shopping because it's all about reducing plastic. Her business had sold 50 bags in 4 days and was launched international. You know what? It's not about that actual project. It's amazing what she's doing and that she's so heart driven. But what that shows me is that I'm being an amazing role model for them to follow their dreams, even at 6. So you know what? The journey to NMD, it's been an absolute roller coaster. The most fun that I have had in a very, very long time. But you know what? I'm really excited for what's to come and, you know, the life that I'm going to be able to create for my babies.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mel. I think that every single one of us teared up multiple times just then. I know I still feel like crying just hearing about your stories. And God, or whoever you want to call it, rewards the brave. And you've certainly been brave, babe. And you've worked at it and you've succeeded. So high fives to you. Everyone give her a high five. Awesome. Girl power. We love this. I especially love it because I'm a FIFO mum too, and this is the thing about our business that we love is that people inspire you because they're people like you and me, but they're brave and they do things and they commit to this business and they get to where they want. And there's always somebody that's gone before us in this business that we can relate to and we can resonate with. And Mel, I think you really summed it up, that it's not just about the money and the freedom that it creates, but it's the absolute community that we fall into within this business and completely supported by people around us that we just don't have in our jobs and in traditional business. So thank you so much for coming on the call. We appreciate that your time is precious and we loved hearing your story.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. So if you're listening to the recording or you're on live now, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking time out to be open, to listen to what we have here in front of us. And I just want to leave you with a little thought process, which is thinking back to what I asked you to think about at the beginning of the call, which is how do you want your life to look like? What are the things you want to be doing and who are the people you want to be doing it with? Okay. So what if you don't change anything in your life within the next month? Are you going to get to that goal? If you don't change anything in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, if you don't take a step in bravery to have a look at what potentially this could be, are you going to change your life? Are you going to be able to do those things that you want to do? And if the answer is no, then what if this was an opportunity for you that could change your life like it has done for so many people before us? The beautiful thing about a business is a teach business, which is exactly what Mel wrapped up so well. You don't have to come here and know anything. You don't have to have qualifications. You just have to have desire and have an open heart to learn. And we're all willing to teach you that. So please get in touch with whoever referred you onto this call or whoever referred you to listen to this recording. And we would absolutely love to share more information with you. So thank you everyone who spoke tonight. It was a really great call, a lot of emotion, and thank you all for being here tonight. Okay, bye.